Hi everyone, I'm Michelle. Today we're doing a 1 hour yoga flow style class. I'm going to ask you to grab a few things before we get started so you can, I'll just take you through what we need and then you can put the video on pause, and once you have everything gathered together we can get started. A little cushion might be a nice thing, nothing huge. It could be even something like the cushion or the pillow that you sleep on at night, no problem. Some kind of a small blanket would be a nice touch. So we've got cushion, blanket. We need a strap today. Now I have, this is actually my son's old karate belt from years ago. If you don't have something like that, a really good substitute is a men's tie or some kind of a long scarf. I'm sure if you wander around your house you'll find something that works. It could be a piece of rope, it could be a skipping rope, it could be those bands that you use for physiotherapy would be okay, except for I don't necessarily want anything that has stretch to it, but in a pinch it will work. So even a towel, a big towel, like a long towel would be okay. Not the best thing because something skinny would be better. If you don't have any of that stuff, you can do it without. Okay, and then finally, I have this yoga block here and you can see about the size and shape of it. Something that you can use as a substitute for this would be like a little step stool, or 2 or 3 books sort of piled up on top of each other. Anything that you can, here's what we're going to be using it for, will be something to put our hand on when we do a few of these standing postures that just might help support us. So anything along those lines will work. Okay, so put the video on pause, go grab what you need, and when you're ready, come back. All right, so presumably you've got all your equipment now. The other thing, of course, is a mat or a towel, or you can just work on your carpet, doesn't matter, or on your bare floor. The less slippery, the better. Okay. Take your cushion, put it at the head of whatever you're using as a mat, and we're going to lay down on our backs, palms turned up, and palms turned up because it helps our chest open and our shoulders relax. And then just kind of let the feet flop to a comfortable position. And we're going to start to breathe. Now, of course, we breathe all the time, but what's going to be distinct about this breathing is that you're going to take nice long inhales through your nose. And at the top end of your inhale, just hold it briefly for a couple of seconds. And then take a nice deep exhale. And at the tail end of your exhale, again hold. So if you were to count it through, maybe I can help you with that now. Let's get started. So make sure that you're ready for an inhale as we get started, okay? And let's begin. Inhale through your nose slowly. Hold it. And then exhale. And hold it. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. And inhale. Hold. And exhale. Continue on without me. I'm just going to breathe on my own, and you breathe on your own, your pace. continue on with your breathing and take a moment to notice, is the air coming all the way into your lungs, pushing into the diaphragm, helping your belly rise? And if you're not sure, take one hand, resting it on the belly. Take one hand, rest it on your chest, just below your chin. And continue breathing and see if you can feel both your hands rise and fall with your inhales and exhales. Now I know it's tempting to always turn and want to look at your video device and see if you can watch me, but I really want you just to relax here with your eyes closed and just enjoy these few moments where we can breathe and not have to think or do anything. Continue your breathing. By now you should have noticed that rise and fall in your belly and in your chest. So let's take the arms back by our sides, turn the palms up, and just continue breathing here. Wiggle out your toes, wiggle out your fingers. Give the legs a little shake out, maybe pick up the arms, give them a little shake out. Release your arms, relax your legs, rock your head a couple of times from side to side. Let's draw the knees into the chest. Hold on to your shins just below your knees and rock yourself from side to side. And you're going not so far that you fall over onto your side, but far enough from side to side that you feel that nice little massage in your lower back, your hips, and in your upper back shoulder blade areas. And just keep rocking it out. Get that nice massage. And now relax the feet to the floor. Open your arms and drop the knees a few times from side to side like windshield wipers. As you're continuing that motion with your knees, let's pick up the arms, cross your arms so that you're grabbing your opposite elbows with your hands, and start to pull the elbows in the opposite direction of your knees. And then slow it down so that you exhale as you pull the elbows one way and the knees the other. Inhale up and then exhale going in the other direction. And we're going to do that a few times. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, knees one way, elbows the other. Inhale. Exhale, we're switching sides, and maybe one more time now. Inhale up, exhale over. Nice. Okay, come on up. Roll yourself up for a moment And you're going to grab a hold of your tie, your strap, whatever it is that you have for this portion. Remove your pillow, fold your strap in half so that you can find the center. Now for this, I am going to turn slightly different angles so that you guys can see better, but you stay on your mat. Okay, so we're taking one foot, putting it into the center, and then add the second foot in, and then slide the hands down and just let the elbows rest on the floor. So the question is, how hard should you be holding on to the strap here? Just hold it hard enough that, or firmly enough, that you can keep your legs upright and your knees straight. Any more than that, your hands are going to start to get tired and sore. So we don't want that. We want to just use this strap to keep our legs upright. And now slide the legs open and then rock from side to side. And again, we want to go just far enough that you get that massage, but not so far that you fall over on your side. Pause in the middle, bring your feet together. Rise up through the hands, grab the straps a little closer to your feet. Bend your knees, and you're going to give yourself a little punch forward so that you can sit up. And if that's too hard to do, just come up however you can. Okay, we're not holding the strap too tightly here, just enough so that we can keep our legs in place. Now, all the way up here is pretty tough, so down here is good. And we'll just hold it here for a moment, getting a little bit of work in our core. Relax your arms, we're not holding on too tightly. And careful that you don't collapse back. You want to pull forward so that your rib cage and your thighs are as close together as possible. And then we're rolling back now, bringing our legs back up to the top. And we're going to take the left leg out and put it on the floor. Bring the straps to get the two ends of the strap together, and then with your right hand reach up and grab the strap as close as possible to your foot. Open the left arm out to the side. On your next exhale, open out that right leg to the side, just to where you can hold it here without lifting your left bum cheek off the floor. We don't want to do that, so keep everything on the left side down and hold this foot where it is. And then see if you're going to rotate the foot slightly to the right so that the all the toes actually point slightly downwards and the heel points slightly upwards. And feel that nice big stretch on the inside of your right leg. On your next inhale, we're lifting that leg up, switching over to the left hand, opening the right hand out. And the next time you exhale, we're dropping the whole lower body, the whole lower half of your body to the left, so that your left outside leg relaxes on the floor. And then we're pulling the right leg down until the left elbow rests on the floor. And just hold it here. You don't have to worry about keeping your hips flat for this one at all. This hip is pulling over. And then rotate your toes once again to face down, heels up. Keep breathing. And let's bring that leg back up to the top. Grab your straps. Bring your feet together. Slide them open one more time and rock from side to side. center. Let's bring those feet together once again. Reach up with the strap, grab the strap up by your feet on either side. Bend the knees in towards your rib cage and then thrust the feet forward so you can sit up again. And again, it doesn't matter how high your legs are. I know it's hard for you to see my feet at this angle, but it doesn't really matter whether your legs are all the way up here or way down here, but maybe try and get them a little higher this time than the last. Hold on, remember we're not holding that strap too tightly, and then we're going to roll back again and repeat what we did before with the other leg. So we're removing the right leg, putting the right foot on the floor, taking the strap into your left hand, and we're holding it not too far from your foot. Open the right arm out to the side. On the next exhale, open that left leg out, spin the toes to face down, and remember to keep your right hip and your right butt cheek nice and flat on the floor. That left heel is turning to face up to get a deep stretch inside your thigh. Hold here for a couple of breaths, and you can relax that left elbow on the floor and just perch your arm in such a way that it's helping support the left leg. Inhale that leg up. Switch over so you're holding the strap with your right hand. Open the left arm up, and then the whole lower half of the body starts to tip right until your right outside leg touches down, and then continue to bring the left leg down. Rest your right elbow on the floor and see if you can spin the toes down and stretch out that leg as much as possible. Your hips will be off the floor because your lower body is twisting, but please keep your left shoulder and shoulder blade down. And now we're lifting everything back up, opening the strap so that we can fit that right leg back inside. Hold here for a breath or two. And then slide your hands out and do that wide extension of the legs, tipping from left to right. And you can actually pull the strap. So if I'm pulling the right tail of the strap, I tip to the right. If I pull the left tail, I tip to the left. And let's pause again in the center. Slide those legs together. Release the strap, reach up to the top. Bend the knees, and one more time, we're lifting ourselves up. Holding ourselves, remember, not too tightly here. The legs can be as high as you want or as low as you want. Relax the shoulders and draw your rib cage nice and close to your thighs. And then take the feet down, remove the strap, and we're going to let go of it for now, shove it off to the side. Let's turn to face me. Standing up tall, breathing in, exhaling, and tipping forward so that you're using those elbows to press the inner thighs apart. And so for some of us, our knees will be way up here, and we're trying our best just to tip forward, and that's fine. Do this the best you can. And then let's roll up. Now, if this is a comfortable position for you, you can stay here. It's not going to be for everybody, so some of us will prefer to sit with our legs crossed. So you pick which position works better for you, either cross-legged or here in this cobbler pose or butterfly pose. Spinning the left arm behind your body, put it down on the floor, take the right hand, grab the the left knee, and spin your head to look over your back shoulder. So your nose is spinning to look as close to the back of the room as possible. And we're just going to stay here for a moment. And then release the right arm, lift it up, bend the left elbow a little bit so you're laying back a little bit into that arm. And we're going to rotate the right arm from the shoulder. A few circles here. And then switch directions and rotate in the other direction for a few circles. And we'll sit up. And if you're sitting cross-legged, let's cross the other way now. Or if you're preferring to stay in cobbler position, you can. Take the left hand to the right knee. The right arm swings back. And we're turning the chin over the right shoulder to look at the back of the room. The next time you exhale, bend that right elbow just a wee bit and stretch the left arm up nice and straight, and then we'll circle that arm. I don't care which direction you go in because we're going to eventually do the other way. And let's stop where we are and go the other way. And you'll notice that I'm not spinning this thing super fast. This is yoga, right? So we're moving, not fast. All right, bring the left hand to the left knee. And the right hand comes back to the right knee. Shoulders up to the ears. And exhale down. We're going to try and make that the last time that our shoulders and our ears come together, okay? Because in yoga, typically, we work at trying to keep the ears and shoulders as far away from one another as possible throughout. Okay, so we're going to cross the feet at the ankles and push the spine back, stretching out the arms, hanging on to the kneecaps here. Inhaling, sitting up tall, lifting the chin just a wee bit. And then exhale, push the spine back, stretch the arms. So this is sort of a curved, a C-shaped curve of the back. And now we lift up to a neutral straight spine and continue through to a little bit of an arched back with the chin turned up. One more time, exhale back. This position we call a cow position. A cat position, and then inhale, lift up into the cow tilt. There we go. It's also a dog tilt, but we won't get into that. Yoga sometimes gives different names to several different names to different positions. We'll sit up tall. Okay, we're coming up on our hands and knees now. I want you guys to face me, and if that will mean spinning your mat so that it's facing this way. I think it's easier for you to see what I'm doing, sometimes either on the diagonal or facing sideways. So I think I'm going to leave my mat where it is for now. But you guys spin yours so that you're facing me. And then we're on our hands and knees, facing me, right here. And let's try those cat-cow positions again. So exhale and lift the spine up tall, drop the head down, drop the tailbone, and on the inhale, tip in the other direction. So the tailbone lifts and so does the nose, and so we're looking forward. Exhale, back up. And from this cat stretch, we're inhaling to cow. One more time, exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And let's find that spot somewhere in the middle. Neutral back, table pose. Think of all the right angles on a table. And we want to introduce all those right angles here. Make sure that your fingers are spread wide and your hands, all through your fingers and even your thumbs, are nice and flat on your surface. Taking your right knee, lift it out to the side, stretch it back, turn the knee down, flex the toes to face down, and do a little lift and lowering of your heel. So it goes up, down, up, down. Two more. Up, down, up, down. Hold it up. Extend the left arm, turning the palm, well actually, yeah, turning your palm so that your thumb faces up. Close your eyes and see if you can balance in this position. Take the left hand back down and spin the knee sideways. Bring the knee up and see if you can touch your right elbow with your knee. And then stretch your leg out to the side. Put your foot down. Inhale, lifting the legs and arms up. Good. Now take a look at your right foot. Is your baby toe flat and is your foot parallel to your mat? That's what you're going after here. And as you exhale, tip your fingertips to the right side as well to get a nice big stretch through the left side body. But you're also going to feel it on the inside and outside of your right leg. And let's inhale up. Take it back down to the floor. Knee back in, so we're back in our table position. Push back and rest the elbows on the floor into an easy child's pose. Just breathe here for a moment. Stay where you are. I'm spinning around and I'm going to go slightly diagonal here, just hopefully to give you a good angle of this, and we're going to do the second side. So, inhale, lift your left knee up, pull it towards your elbow, and then stretch it back, spinning the knee and the toes to face down, flexing the foot, and then lift and lower, lift and lower. Just a few more here. I know my face is kind of out of the frame here, so I'll spin just a wee bit there. Okay, hold it up. Now I know you can't see my right hand here, but I'm going to lift my right hand up and extend it in front of me with the thumbs facing upward. And then close your eyes and hang on to this balance pose. And in order to stay balanced, the easiest thing, the most important thing, is to pull your belly in tight. And then we're bringing the right hand back down and spinning the left leg back to tap the knee one more time, and then, to tap the knee to the elbow one more time, and then extend the leg out to the side. Baby toes down, keep your foot parallel to your mat. Inhale, lift up, arms overhead, and exhale, tip towards that extended leg to get that big stretch through the right side body and through your left leg. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hands down, legs together. This time we'll do child's pose with extended arms. And if you like, open your knees up super wide. Keep your big toes touching and see if you can get a deeper child's pose here. The more you extend your hands and get some leverage from your floor surface or your mat surface, the more you can push the bum back towards the heels. Make it a little bit more dynamic than restful, but you can do whichever option you like. And we're bringing our hands back towards our legs now. The knees come back together. I'm going to rotate to face you, side view again. Remember, flat palms, extended fingers, tuck your toes underneath and see if you can lift those hips up and then push your head through your arms and walk your heels out, one heel at a time. So one heel pushes down and then the other heel pushes down. So you're lifting one heel and pressing the other heel as you go along. We call this a walking dog because we're in the downward dog position, but we're walking out the heels. Okay, hold here. Walk your hands back, one step at a time. Soften the knees, release the hands, and roll yourself all the way up to the top until you're standing straight. Now, as we move forward here, I'm going to, maybe I'm going to leave my mat like this for the time being. I'll see how that goes. I'm never sure whether it's best to do this at an angle or face on, but I think you can see what I'm doing better on the side angle. So I'll stay this way, and you folks are staying facing forward, right? Okay. Palms are resting at the chest in what we call prayer position. We're inhaling up and leaning back, exhaling, bringing the arms down. And I'm gonna just walk slightly sideways so I've got more room on this side. Inhale up, lean back. Pull your rib cage in slightly. Exhale, come down. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, down. We're going to move this into what we call a half sun salutation. Our feet are parallel, nice and flat. We're standing as tall as possible, lifting through the belly and the pelvic floor. Drawing the shoulders back, standing up tall, and then bringing the palms to rest at heart center. Now, if you find that you're squeezing your bum cheeks together, just let them go. You can do all that and still have a soft bum. All right, so your half sun salutation is 6 moves in 3 breaths. So we'll do it together, and if you haven't done it before, you can always watch one, but I'll try and talk you through it. Inhale, stretch the arms up to extended mountain pose. As you exhale, let the arms open out to the side like they did earlier, but we're tipping forward from the hips, not from the waist, softening the knees so that they're slightly bent, and then flopping all the way down to the floor. Bring your hands to your shins, inhale and stretch everything out. Knees and elbows straight, look forward, exhale, soften back. So knees are bent, the head is flopping. Inhale, roll to the very top, arms back overhead. Exhale, palms to the heart. Let's try that again. Inhale up, lean back. Exhale, swan dive forward from the hips, soften your knees. Inhale, halfway up, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release the knees, flop down. Inhale, roll to the very top, arms overhead. Exhale, palms to the heart. We've got one more to go. Inhale, up. Exhale, all the way down. Nice bent knees. Inhale, stretch, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, roll to the top, arms overhead. Exhale, palms to your heart. Take an extra breath. Okay, so I'm going to step forward just a little bit, and if you're not at the front of the mat, you should be, okay? So this is the front of my mat because I'm facing sideways. You folks are facing forward, so you're at the front of the mat as close to my picture as possible. And that just gives you a little bit of space for your legs. Okay, palms resting at the heart center. We're going for a full sun salutation now. I'll talk you through it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, release, hands to the floor. This is where it changes a little bit. Take your right leg back. And you want to step it back as far as you can. Knee down. Before you move on, you want to see that you have a nice big angle here so that your right knee is back as far as possible. And you want to check that your left knee is directly over your left heel. And then inhale, bring the arms up overhead. We're in this nice little tilt position here that we call half moon. So from this half moon or crescent moon position, take just the right hand down and flip your left palm away so that you're looking up at your thumbnail. Circle your arm once to the front, go once to the back, inhale, and then see if you can tuck your right toes under, lift your back knee off the floor, this is optional, and try that circle one more time. All right, hold it here, take the knee down, both arms shooting up, exhale, hands to the floor. Step your left leg back, palms flat, hinge yourself forward, and then roll your belly all the way down to the floor. Pull your elbows back and down so that the shoulders pull away from your, I know my head is out of the frame here, so I'll turn slightly sideways. You want your shoulders away from your ears, and then inhale and lift your chest and your chin, lift your legs, and maybe lift your arms up into what we call a baby cobra position. Bring your hands back down, tuck your toes, and we're lifting up and back into that downward dog pose. Now you'll have to take your feet about 1 foot length step forward, or at least a half of a foot length, to get yourself into that nice downward dog position. Push your nose towards your knees. Stretch your arms nice and long. Push your hips towards the back of the room. Push your heel down, both heels slightly towards the floor. One more breath here. Now we're pushing the left heel down and lifting the right leg up. And then take a big step forward. Knee to the floor. Sweep those arms back up to the top into crescent moon. And as you exhale, the left arm comes to the floor, right arm lifts, turning the palm to the away from you, so you're looking up at your thumb, and do your 2 circles, one to the front, inhaling up to the top, exhale, go the other direction, inhale, hold it up at the top, and then try the same thing with your toes tucked under and your knees lifting off the floor, if you can only, otherwise do it the same way. 1 circle forward, and then 1 circle back. Gently take that knee to the floor. Inhale, both arms up. Take it down, step your foot back. Inhale, hinge forward. So you're kind of like in a bit of a push-up position, and as you exhale, you're rolling down onto your belly. Inhale, lift your legs, your chest, your chin, and your hands. Exhale, take everything back to the floor, tuck your toes under so that you're positioned to go into your downward dog. And remember to take your feet a few inches forward, a little closer to your hands. Push your right heel to the floor, lift your left leg up, big step forward, second foot in. Bend your knees as you start to roll yourself back up to the top. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, palms to the heart. Stay there for a breath. I'm going to spin my mat now and do a few, sorry, I didn't mean to give you a view of my bump, my backside there. I'm gonna do the next one facing you this way, just for variety. Palms resting at heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, stretch up, look at me. Exhale, hands down. Let's take the left leg back first. Knee to the floor. Push the arms back, palms facing the ceiling, and we're leaning into the right thigh here. And then inhale, lift it back up to the top, palms facing each other. Not like this, but like this. Relax your shoulders. Exhale, hands down. Let's stretch out the front leg. So we've taken our hips and pushed them all the way back so that we have a nice straight right leg here. And then see if you can lift up your toes. All the way forward. Take your hands to the inside. So both hands are to the inside. Now again, check that your front knee is directly over top of your heel. And then we're just going to do these little mini push-ups here. Bend and stretch those elbows a few times. Okay, take your right foot, step it back. Inhale, hinge forward until your hips drop. And then bend your elbows, come halfway down only. Tuck your toes, lift up into downward dog. Step your heels forward a little bit. Remember, you always want your hands to be slightly closer to your feet. So you usually have to take a little step forward with those feet. Big breath. Okay, we're pushing the right heel down and lifting the left leg up. And then step forward. Take the knee down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're going to this position. Just added something there, sorry. Leaning on your front thigh. All right, arms up. And as you exhale, straighten out the front leg and take your fingertips to the floor. So your hips have pulled back so that you've got a nice straight front leg, as straight as you can get it. And then see if you can tip the toes up to face the ceiling, and you're going for a flexed foot here. Walk it all the way through, hands down. And we're doing those little mini push-ups here. Remember this? All right. Stepping your left foot back. Make sure you're centered on your mat. As you inhale, hinge your weight forward so that the hips drop down. Next time you exhale, bend your elbows just halfway. And then tuck your toes, lift yourself up into downward dog, and then walk each foot forward a few inches. Hold here. Big breath. Left heel down, right leg up. Step forward to your hand. Now sometimes that takes 3 or 4 steps. Second foot in. Make sure your feet are parallel. Soften your knees and roll yourself up. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, palms to the heart. Breathe. All right, so I'm going to ask you folks to stay facing me again, but I'm turning sideways once again. I'll just leave my mat where it is. We're going to go through another rotation. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, all the way forward. Inhale, halfway up, stretch. Exhale, hands to the floor. We're going right leg first. Step it back. Roll yourself up. arms overhead. Okay, so the back foot, there's a tendency to want it to rotate in because that's easier. But then your hip opens out and you're almost becoming side facing. We don't want to do that quite yet. So try and push your heel to the floor as parallel as possible to the other foot. Arms up. So your front leg is bent, your back leg is straight. This is a warrior one. Take your palms down to touch out your knee. Lift it back up to the top. We're going to throw in what we call a balance pose here. So lift your back heel up, open the arms, and then see if you can just pick your back foot up into a warrior three. Now, if you're really struggling with this, you can always hold on to something with one hand, like a wall. Don't worry how high your back leg is. That's not really pertinent. Foot down, arms up overhead. Bring your back heel up and step it forward, lifting it in front. Spinning it out to the side. And step it back one more time. Palms to the floor. Exhale. Inhale and then step back on your exhale. Now you can do this in a full push-up plank position like this, or you can take your knees down. Completely up to you. Either way, we're bending the elbows to drop the chest just a wee bit. And then lift your chest up. Tuck the toes, move into downward dog. Step your feet in a little. Hold here. Big breath. Left heel down, right leg up. Big step forward. Roll up. Arms overhead. Okay, step it in a little bit. Try and push that back heel towards the floor. Bring the palms together. Warrior one. I'll turn slightly sideways. Exhale. Tap your knee. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, open the arms. And just gently lift that back foot off the floor. So we're shifting weight into the front foot. Hold on if you need to. And then take your foot back down, arms up, overhead, back to warrior one. Good. Release the back heel, lifting that knee up in front. Hold your balance. Pull your belly in. Swing it out to the side. Step it back. Arms all the way down to either side of your foot. Step back with your right foot. Again, knees up or knees down. We're going halfway down. Bend the elbows, drop the hips, lift the chest and stretch the arms. Knees up or down, same thing. Shift back, downward dog. Step in a little. Push the head through the arms. Push the heels towards the floor. Big breath. Push the right heel down. Lift the left leg up. Take a big step to your wrist. And again, take 2 or 3 steps if you need to. Second foot in. Release. Roll to the top, leaning back. Exhale, palms to your heart. Breathe. Okay, shake it off for a second. We don't have a whole lot of time left, but I would like to do one more short rotation. So let's do, I'll turn to face this way just for the heck of it this time. We're going to start with our arms up overhead, exhaling forward, stretching halfway up, releasing down. Let's take the left leg back first. Rotate the heel in this time and roll up. So this is different. Remember the last time I talked to you about trying to keep your feet somewhat parallel. This time I asked you to rotate your left heel back, okay, this way. So there's a slightly different feel to this one. We're opening the arms up and your chest is facing to the side of the room. All right, taking your arm, dropping one arm, lifting the other one up overhead. We're looking up at this high arm, trying to keep a straight line through this side of the body. And then inhale up, exhale, reverse it. Go one more time in each direction. Exhale down, inhale to side angle pose. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale to reverse warrior pose. Exhale, hands all the way down to either side of your foot, and then step back to plank. Knees up or down, bend the elbows halfway down, drop the hips, lift the chest, downward dog. Step in a little. Breathe. Push your right heel down, lift the left leg up, step forward, roll yourself up. So I'm gonna just spin around to face the other way. Stay where you are. Remember that you want your heel to spin in, arms are open. Drop one elbow down, stretch your arm overhead. From side angle, we're inhaling to warrior two and then exhaling directly to reverse warrior. And let's go through that again. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. All right, because we're running out of time, I'm going to ask you to step your feet in. We're going to do one more balance posture, and for this we need our block or whatever it is that we're using, our little step stool. So I'm taking mine like so. I'm going to face it. Take my left hand. I'm going to use my left hand, but depending, you guys are, I hope, still facing me, right? So left hand down, take that right leg back, open the right hip as much as you can. And then just try and hold here. And your hands are sitting on your stool or your books, your book pile or whatever. And then see if you can lift that right hand up, turning the palm to face away. And then you're turning your head to see if you can see that right thumb. Bring it down and switching to the other side. And I'm going to turn around just because I don't want you looking at my backside. But you, of course, are facing front, so you don't need to do that. We're holding on to our block or our pile of books or whatever. Step back with the left leg and then lift it up. And once you feel comfortable here, you can turn the chest a little bit, see if you can rotate your hand up, and then gently spin the head to look upward. Whoop. And sometimes you'll just fall out of it. One more breath, and then come down. All right. So, we're gonna lay down on our mats. Again, you guys face forward. I'm spinning my mat one more time, but you don't, please do that. You're gonna face me. I just wanna spin my mat because I think it's easier for you to see me from a side angle here. All right. Stand at the top of your mat. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, roll all the way down. Step up. Stretch. Exhale, come down. Step one leg back. Step the other leg back. And we're going to hinge forward and lay down on our bellies. And then pull the right heel toward your bum. Reach around, see if you can grab your foot. Now if you can't, this is a good opportunity for you to grab that strap again. And you can create a little loop with the strap. Take it over your foot and pull the heel toward your bum. Just like so. And we'll release, we'll try it on the other side. So I'll give you a moment to try and get that loop around your foot. But if you are able just to reach back with the left hand and grab your left foot in any fashion you can, that's okay. Your other arm, just to be clear, is extended out in front and you're resting on your elbow here. Or you can pull the forearm in a little and rest your head on your forearm. Let go. Stretch those legs out. And we're flipping over onto our back side. So again, you want your face, you want to be facing in such a way that you can see me. So that probably means that your feet are closest to your device. All right, from here, we're pulling the heels in just enough so that they're kind of under your kneecaps. Push your palms down, lift your bum cheeks off the floor. Hold here. This is our little bridge pose. Want to make sure that the knees don't flop out, so keep your feet parallel and the inner thighs pulling in. And then we're rolling down. Taking your left knee into your chest, interlacing around the top of the shin, extend the leg up. Interlace behind your thigh with your hands and point flex your foot. Now, I want you to notice how straight my knee is and how relaxed my shoulders are. Some of us get into this whole thing here. We want to try and keep this as relaxed as we can. Hold the flex of your foot, cross it over the other leg. Here's the important part. Push with your left hand so that the knee spins away from your chest as much as possible. And then we're pulling the knees towards you and just rocking from side to side. Now this knee has to stay pulling away from your chest. Right foot back down. Feet flat. Second leg, stretch it up. Interlace, pull it in. In order to pull it in, we are not lifting our bums off the floor. Keep your tailbone down. Your knee as straight as possible. Your foot flexed. Maybe give a little point flex here a few times. And then we're going to hold it in the flexed position. Bend the knee into the chest. Cross it around. Open your left arm. Use your right hand to push that knee away. The key component to this, look at how wide my knee is. My knee is not pointing towards my right armpit. It's pointing away. Instead, what we want is the sole of your foot, your right heel, to be pointing towards your left armpit. Okay, lift your bottom foot and do this rocking thing from side to side. And remember, we don't rotate that knee in, we keep it away from the chest. Relax your neck and shoulders. foot down. We're going to do another bridge pose, slightly different this time. Palms down, lift your bum up. So far, same, yeah. Maybe walk the heels a wee bit closer to the bum here for more leverage so that we can roll one shoulder off the floor and tuck the arm way under. And then try the same thing with the other side, interlacing the hands under the bum and then pushing the knuckles towards the heels and wiggling the shoulders underneath. And look at that big high lift you get. Your heels right underneath your kneecaps. Feet parallel, knees pulling towards each other. One more breath here. And then release the arms, lift your heels, roll down. Stretch the legs up. Hold here for a couple of breaths. Feet to the floor. Extend the legs. Turn your palms up. And we're right back to where we were about an hour ago when we got started. And let's just hold here and breathe. We're not going to do any of those fancy breath exercises that we did earlier. But what I am going to suggest to you is that if you're feeling a little chilly, and you might be, maybe you're working out in your basement like me, so you're welcome to grab your pillow, put it under your head again, and maybe take your blanket that you have from earlier and cover yourself up. And then turn your palms up. Relax and lay here. Now in a moment, I'm going to stand up and take myself out of the frame because I don't want you to be tempted to look at me. I want you just to relax here. So stay where you are, don't move. I'm getting up, but you're staying where you are. Breathe in and out nice and gently. Try and just create a picture in your mind of something really soothing. Maybe it's watching a baby sleep, or watching those muffins in the oven turn from yellow to golden. Or maybe it's imagining yourself at a seashore, watching the waves coming in and out. These days we can only imagine. Maybe it's watching the leaves rustle in the trees, or a nice soft rainfall outside. It can be anything. I want you to create that picture in your mind and just lay there with that picture in your mind for the next few minutes. Our time together is up, but I would encourage you to lay here as long as you can. 5 minutes, 10 minutes would be ideal. Just relax, try not to let anything interrupt or disturb. And really try not to physically move or mentally move away from that lovely place where you're relaxing. Thank you very much. I will see you again soon, at least by video. Take care, stay well.